Hello and welcome to Our Kids, brought to you by the Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm Ben JACKEY. JCPS's mission is to provide instruction that inspires. And coming up on the program, you'll see engaging, hands-on learning preparing students for both college and career. Plus, we'll see how technology is changing one elementary classroom. And we have these reports from our Fern Creek and Ballard High School student correspondents.
From recording newscasts and creating student packages, Thomas Jefferson's broadcasting class gives these students a real-world experience in the telemedia field.
How many softball players can you fit into a compact car? I'm Ballard correspondent Rachel Doyle, and I'll have the story.
Not every student takes the same road to college and career readiness. For Southern High School's auto tech students, that road includes impressive automotive service excellence certifications.
For Southern and our automotive program, this is a huge day. To have 21 of you receive 58 certificates is a huge deal. 3 of you that not only are career ready, but you're college ready also.
Today there was a ceremony for the people who passed the ASE test, and everybody worked really hard and they got recognized for it.
Randy got collision, painting, and refinishing. These ASE certificates, that's a big deal. To be able to walk out of high school with a piece of paper that says, you can do this. You've had the training, you've taken the test, you got it done. Austin's one of those special ones that I mentioned earlier because he is not only career ready, but college ready also. He got 6 certificates: brakes, electrical, electronic systems, engine performance, engine repair, heating and air conditioning, suspension and steering. Congratulations.
It has allowed me to take classes that apply to my college, and the mechanical aspect in the auto tech has helped me learn an interest in cars more. And I want to kind of do something that relates to that with engineering. And I plan on going to U of L Speed School for engineering, mechanical engineering.
Being in this program allowed me to be in the Skills USA program, which winning the first place in state, I got a $10,000 scholarship to the college that I got accepted to.
Good job, Alexandria. Brakes. Good job.
It's been a really fun program. It's nice to get out of the classroom and go and be able to be hands-on and work on cars and get dirty. It's really fun.
I can fix under car brakes, engine, steering, and drivability, and transmission, and engine performance.
You'd start and you'd look at it and see what kind of a brake system it is, if it's a caliper or if it's like a shoe or a drum, and you'd replace them, make sure they're all working right.
That makes me feel I feel really good about myself, that I'm actually, contributing and being good for the school and for myself too.
It feels really good, and somebody noticing, all the hard work.
I'm here as a principal to say I'm proud of you. We're here as a staff to say we're proud of you, and just to congratulate you, each of you, on a great job.
The journey down the road to college and career readiness for some Fairdale High students may come on a fire truck. The Fire Science program provides an amazing hands-on learning experience that leads to industry certification.
Are you ready? Begin. 218.
The 2-minute drill is basically getting all your gear on and your pack ready to go into any atmosphere so you can be safe and get ready quick.
And when the pressure's on, to get your gear on. This is why with enclosed cabs, of course with seatbelt done, you can gear up a lot on the way to the fire. I was a Louisville firefighter for 20 years. All right, you ready? I'll spot you. Okay, drive it to the wall. Hand over hand, hit every rung. Okay, there you go. Make sure even when you're changing elevations that you stay in contact with the hose, all right? I had done some teaching as a substitute teacher before I became a firefighter, and so I knew that I had an interest in educating children and being an advocate for kids. Eddie, you ready?
Mr. Burt, he's really taught us a lot about what it takes to be a firefighter from experience. I mean, he's a firefighter for 20 years on Louisville, so he knows the bits and pieces that we all need to know to make it in the fire service.
All right, back to daylight. Really, the program is evolving because the expectations of the program are evolving. There's a real focus now from the state education department to get kids both career and college ready. The focus now is on getting industry certifications, the candidate physical ability test. So we're preparing them for that, and that's one certification that we have in place now. We also certify kids to the first responder level on the med tech side, and that's a national exam.
When I leave Fairdale in the spring, I've been accepted to Eastern Kentucky University for the Fire Protection Administration bachelor's degree, and I plan on going there for 4 years, and then I will probably come back here to Louisville and become a full-time firefighter.
That's the way, and that's really what I point my curriculum at, is getting those IFSAC skills so that when they walk out of here, you know, my goal really is for the fire chiefs in this area to look at graduates of Fairdale High School Fire Science Program as highly qualified applicants.
In classrooms all across the district, you'll see learning and technology collide. Well, technology is changing the way students in one class at Brandeis Elementary access reading materials. Fern Creek correspondent Emily Redding has the story.
One school class has decided to drop textbooks and upgrade their learning with new technology. At Brandeis Elementary, Ms. Crenshaw's 4th grade class uses iPads for projects, lessons, and research. Recently, the students were doing a project on Native Americans and used the apps Songify and AutoRap on the iPads to make their own songs about the Native Americans' way of life.
Chickasaw lives in the Jackson Purchase, and they flatten their forehead because they think it looks good. They are fierce warriors, so look out for them.
One student, Abby Leach, explains how they use iPads in the classroom.
We use them in social studies. There's apps on the iPad that we use that tell us, first of all, we were learning about landforms, and we used a landform app to teach us about the landforms and complete a worksheet. And then today we're using AutoRap and Songify. We're going to write a poem about Native Americans and then make it into a rap or a song.
Not only do the students benefit from the educational apps, they also do research on the internet to learn new things. A student, Bobby Green, shares why she prefers the iPads instead of textbooks.
Because it helps us get a hands-on activity, and we won't have to read it in a book or just learn about it. We can actually do it instead of just learning about it.
Since children are so good with technology, it would only make sense to no longer have textbooks and only have iPads. Unlike a conventional classroom, Ms. Crenshaw has decided to drop textbooks altogether and use only iPads. Ms. Crenshaw explains the benefit of the new technology.
They're definitely more engaged. Anything that you put in front of them that's digital has their attention right off the bat, because that's what they're growing up with. So yeah, of the 14 that I have, 12 of them I bought myself because I thought it was worth having them in my classroom.
As old textbooks are left behind and new technology leads the way for education, Brandeis is taking that leap for a brighter future. For Our Kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent Emily Redding.
Ballard High School softball team displayed their teamwork skills off the field in a local contest. Our Kids correspondent Rachel Doyle has the details.
Back in the day, students used to see how many people you could cram into a telephone booth. Well, telephone booths are long gone now, but the idea of cramming is still alive and well at Ballard High School.
Here is the car, a Nissan Versa. It's an energy-efficient compact car. Here's the goal, to cram as many Ballard softball players inside as humanly possible. It's a promotion that Neil Huffman Nissan began with Vipe Magazine, a publication that covers local high school sports. Once a month, a local high school team will give it a swing.
Maybe about 5 minutes or so to see how many of the students that they can get in. They do an excellent job. It's a very participating sport for them, and we've had 25, 26 kids get in here.
The team maps out a strategy. Jessica, who's a junior, reveals the game plan.
Our plan is to get the smallest girls up kind of on the dashboard and underneath the car, and we're going to have the bigger girls on the bottom and stack up.
Shoes are kicked off and the rules are laid out. It's time to start cramming.
Now, you'll be given a few minutes to plan your strategy. You can't open the doors or practice or anything, but you can look around, decide who's going to be squeezing where. That's fine. The doors will open, obviously, and for everyone to count at the end, the doors will need to shut.
Arms are tucked in and legs are folded every which way. Madison described what it was like inside.
It got a little hot in there, but it was pretty good for me because I was, hanging halfway out the car.
Ballard managed to squeeze in 25 girls. We won't know how that record holds up until the end of the school year. Each participating school will receive some scholarship money from Neil Huffman Nissan, and the softball players say the experience is great for team bonding. I'm Ballard correspondent Rachel Doyle for Our Kids.
We've got a lot more stories about our kids, so stay with us.
So I heard Kentucky has these tougher national academic standards called Common Core, and I didn't know what to think. And then someone told me my child's test scores may not look so good compared to the old standards, and I'm thinking, hold on. So I logged on to raisethebarlouisville.org and learned how teachers use the standards to get my kids prepared for college and how I can help them at home. And now I'm thinking, this is going to be great. Raisethebarlouisville.org. Be a part of the solution.
The portal is your online link to information about your child's grades, test scores, attendance, career choices, and much, much more. It's a fast and easy way to stay on top of what your child is doing in school. If your child's teacher has set up a virtual classroom, you can log on to JCPS online and access grades for class assignments or communicate directly with teachers. The Parent Portal offers a convenient way you can stay involved in your child's education.
Welcome back. You're watching Our Kids, sponsored by the Jefferson County Public Schools. Many people have tried many ways to foster peace in their community and the world. Students at Hartstern Elementary are doing their part through art. It's the result of an exciting partnership with Western Kentucky University and the Kentucky Museum of Art and Craft.
Peace goes 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 4 by 4. Peace goes all the way around and comes knocking at your door. What I'm doing is working with the children to enter Kentucky as a registered participant in the Kids Guernica Peace Mural Project.
Project that we're doing is like to show the world what peace means to us.
Learned about Guernica being the city in Spain where they had the Civil War, and Picasso had illustrated peace coming out of ruins through his mural.
The artist, she put all our pictures together to see what peace means to all of us.
And right now I'm painting a hand that holding two people holding hands.
What we did is the students each sketched out what they thought peace looked like to them, or places that made them feel peaceful. And we gave all of our images to Miss Alice from Kentucky Museum of Arts and Crafts, and she took different components of all of their images and created one big mural that had components of all of them.
Some people are mean and they bully others, and we're just trying to make that not happen.
It means like being kind and respectful and giving stuff to one another. And
because if we didn't have peace, then the world would just be going crazy and it will be everywhere, and then nobody would be happy.
And we have so many different groups here. We have kids from Africa, from Russia, from Bosnia, so many different religions. And I think, number one, it's important for the kids to be able to learn how each person is valued and how each person and each child in the school is important.
I see up here the people they're of different races and they still friends.
They're going to be working on different spots in the mural. It is completely kid created. It's based off of images that they created of what peace looks like to them.
For the first part, I drew different kinds of seasons and stuff, and she put spring right here, and then she added where I put the winter in.
It's an amazing experience for the kids to be able to put their feelings, their ideas onto a mural like this that's going to be displayed throughout the community.
You should always be nice and kind and don't disrespect one another.
I've got this amazing piece of work that shows peace and love and kindness, and it's showing throughout the community and helping teach others.
Atherton's jazz band challenges students to pursue their passions and work as a team. KAYLIE Connors has the story.
Many JCPS schools have a band program, but Atherton High School's band program is playing their way to success. Atherton High School's jazz band, held during 5th period every day, is made up of student musicians who are passionate about playing and performing music.
It's a passion that's kind of overcome everything else. If you have that big of a passion, why not try to make a career out of it? So this is just helping me hone and making my styles more diverse, and maybe when college comes around, I'll be able to audition to wherever I want and get in.
Jazz band gives students a chance to relax and play different and challenging music pieces that they perform at school concerts and in their classroom. This class not only teaches students a new way of playing music, but also teaches them lessons they can take outside the classroom as well.
What we do a lot is we do combos and everything, and with that you improvise and you don't have music to play. Like you just have the chords and you play off that. So doing improvisation, you learn how to play off other people, and so it teaches like teamwork and cooperation with other band players.
Aside from playing in school, the students have taken their skills outside of the building and into the community to perform.
We take the jazz band to a lot of areas around town. We've been at the Comedy Caravan, performed. The jazz band has performed at some prestigious festivals over the past couple of years and won some awards.
Atherton's Jazz Band is not only changing the way people think of jazz music, they are also stepping up to new and challenging things. For Our Kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent KAYLIE Connors.
Now, here's our latest tech tip from Ballard correspondent Drew Long.
Ready to see the world? Last year at Google, the company introduced Tour Guide. It's a feature that provided animated 3D flyovers of popular destinations inside Google Earth, complete with educational facts about the destination. Now Tour Guide has got a huge upgrade. More than 100,000 new tours are available for destinations in 200 countries. Happy exploring. I'm Ballard correspondent Drew Long for Our Kids.
Don't go away, we've got a lot more stories about our kids coming up.
I always say Louisville can be the best city in America, and lifelong learning is critical to our success. To be the best, we need a highly educated workforce to help our businesses and our economy grow. I'm Mayor Greg Fisher. Kentucky recently adopted new Common Core academic standards designed to better prepare our students for college and the global economy.
For more information, go to raisethebarlouisville.org.
Do you need help providing school clothes for your child? The 15th District PTA Clothing Assistance Program can help provide uniforms and other clothing. Make an appointment with the Family Youth Resource Center at your child's school. Donations of new and gently used uniforms and clothing are also accepted. Call 485-7062 or 485-7450 for more information.
Welcome back to Our Kids. I'm Ben Jackie. Engaging students works best when those students are invested in the lesson. And Fern Creek High School has cooked up a way for students to get involved in their English class.
The Food Lit class here at Fern Creek is the convergence of food studies and a core content English class.
Each week we have a loaded question, and with that question we break it down and analyze it from each certain possible view that it can be formed.
We usually take parts of speech or any type of English and relate it to food. Like we used a hamburger, and like the bun would be the intro, and then all the parts in the middle is the 3 body paragraphs.
Sometimes it'll be on sugar and if it's bad or good for you, or it'll be on what is good food and what is bad food.
We analyze it, take different angles, and then after gathering all that knowledge, we end up writing it down and becoming and getting a position and end up having oppositions and being able to knock down that opposition and have a powerful position that someone also would view the same view as us.
What food literacy has taught me is to use my literature skills to read food labels and see how much calories are in meals and how much sugar and starch and etc. And it gave me that vast knowledge that I could use.
In learning about English, we're trying to expose them to different food cultures, different perspectives of food, and the philosophy behind food. What is good? What is bad? What is the definition of good and bad when you're referring to that? With Food Lit, we're hitting all the core content of an English class, but each of these core content classes are an opportunity to teach it through a theme. When you look at English, you're going to be looking for texts. You're going to be looking for pieces of literature. Why not make it something that's going to impact the rest of their life? Something that's pertinent for everybody is food. Everybody eats every single day. Why should we look at random pieces of nonfiction or things that don't pertain to their life when we have epidemics related to this topic in our nation right now? In a way, we're hitting two birds with one stone. We're learning English, we're learning about food, and the best thing about it is we're doing both of them at a greater depth because they're together.
Lassiter Middle students are reaching new heights with their 20-foot high climbing wall. AALIYAH Brooks has the story.
Learning is on the rise for students at Lassiter Middle School. It may look like these students are just rock climbing, but they are actually learning much more about their physical, mental, and social skills. Program Coordinator Debbie Russell explains how all three components are used.
The rock wall actually fits into all three components of health. It does the physical by working on muscle strength, balance, and coordination. It works on mental part by concentrating and figuring out the right route that you're going to take to climb up. And it's social by interacting with the belayer in accomplishing the goal. So it hits on all three components of health.
Students have a challenging time making their way to the top. Student climber KESHAWN Tobin tells about his first experience climbing the 20-foot wall.
Because the way it looked so high and how they was talking about it when you get at the top, but when I actually got on it, it really didn't seem so scary.
But this experience is not all about the climber. Students quickly learn it's not just a one-person job. 7th grader CAMRYN Davison describes the job of the belayer.
Belaying is when you are actually holding the person by their ropes when they climb a wall so that if they fall, they will not actually fall off the wall.
Besides the climber and the belayer, there is a third member of the climbing team. 8th grader Ernest Bradley says the anchor is the most important role.
I check their belts and helmet. In the case they do slip and fall, I'm there in case the belayer can't hold the person.
Whether they are on the ground or climbing the wall, these students at Lassiter Middle School have important jobs to do. For our kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent AALIYAH Brooks.
Double dutch, crisscross, side swing, jumping rope is a lot of fun, but perfecting those techniques is also a lot of work. Good luck keeping up with the Barrett Middle School's jump rope team.
One thing about JCPS sports, football, basketball, and baseball usually come to mind first. But students at Eastern High School and Crosby Middle School are jumping their way into the mainstream.
Students from Eastern High School and Crosby Middle School are working together to form their own jump rope team. The team was created in 2008 because several of the girls had been on the Height Elementary team and wanted to continue jump roping, but there were no middle or high school teams in Louisville. This unique team, known as Jump It Up, meets twice a week after school at the Berrytown YMCA to practice. The girls come up with their own routines and teach each other new tricks. The team performs their routines at community events and at half times of YMCA basketball games. The girls attend workshops and will be competing in their first competition this year. Murray Heber and Mackenzie Guy, members of the Jump It Up team, are looking forward to these events.
My favorite things about jump rope is we get to go to workshops and camps, and I think that's an interesting experience because we get to meet people from all across the U.S.
This year will be the first time we're actually competing and not just watching. We're going to regionals, and so it'll be really fun to see how it turns out.
Members of the Jump It Up team, Abigail Canfield and Caroline Canfield, explained their favorite tricks.
A double under is when you do a jump, the rope goes under you twice, and then a triple under, it goes under you 3 times. For donkey kick, it's like doing a handstand and then jumping back down on the rope.
My favorite trick is probably TJ, and that is when you're fully in the air, you do a toe, which is crossing your arms with one arm under your leg, and then a side swing all in the air.
Looks like these students have found a great and unique way to stay in shape and keep their hearts jumping. For Our Kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent Sylvia Blake.
In Our Kids News, the Jefferson County Board of Education has approved a resolution in support of Louisville's Compassionate City campaign, an effort to ensure that compassion is at the center of community life. All JCPS schools are signing the resolution, and students are participating in Youth Engaging Compassion, a program designed to educate young people about compassion and guide them into action.
The resolution for compassion is consistent with the Board of Education's values, policies, and strategic plan Vision 2015. Therefore, our Board of Education resolved that members of the JCPS community, students, parents, faculty, to affirm the resolution for compassion and to strive to live and act more compassionately.
And we say, how do we show compassion? We do it through service work, people helping out. And JCPS and all of y'all stepped up in a huge way. Almost 40,000 JCPS students volunteered.
This award, it says, is given to recognize excellence in classroom and educational leadership. It is for an outstanding teacher, and it has become symbolic of the Teachers Hall of Fame. Trish, I want you to know that this golden apple reflects the faces of all of your students that you have taught in the past and in the future. Congratulations, you are an Excel Award winner.
Congratulations to the latest Excel Award winning teacher at Eastern High School. TRISHA Hamilton-Cooper teaches art and photography.
Each and every student that has entered my classroom has enhanced my life for the better. And when teaching becomes difficult, my students always help me through it. I keep a box of all the letters that our students have given me over the years. And when I wonder if I'm making a difference, I open it up and remember all of the thoughtful and truly wonderful people that entered my classroom and made me a better teacher and artist. So I want to start off by thanking my students and alumni for the impact that you have had on my life.
DuPont Manual student Nathan Munkur was selected as a 2013 Intel Science Talent Search finalist. Nathan is one of 40 outstanding high school seniors selected from across the country for this prestigious competition. Students are judged on their original scientific research, achievement, and leadership. The PRP High School Choir has sung on some big stages in the past, but maybe none as big as this. They recently won a contest to sing backup at a Foreigner concert.
I wanna feel what love is. I know you can show me. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna feel what love is.
That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. You can find full episodes of Our Kids on the JCPS YouTube channel. Until next time, keep supporting our kids.